Marriage-based green card. So today we're going to talk about marriage-based green card. So we're going to go over the comprehensive guide to eligibility process and evidence for adjustment of status under the United States. A lot of people got a green card. Most of them did apply for for adjustment of status. But today we're going to go over specifically marriage-based green card. So when you're married to somebody and you get a green card through that marriage. So, my name is BOT. I am an immigration consultant at Jumbon Service, and I am part of WILA Law Academy, which they also call Legal Rebel. Legal Rebel, a student of Miss Diani. So, we're going to go over core and concept of eligibility. Who qualify for adjustment of status under marriage? So if you're married to a U.S. citizen or LPR, so there's two. We're going to go over those two pathways. So first, if your immediate relative is when you are married to a U.S. citizen, so if you're a spouse of a U.S. citizen, this category is a priority with no yearly visa limit. Visa are always available, allowing for faster processing and current filing. So let's say if you're a spouse of a U.S. citizen, you are considered as a VIP. So you send your document out. You don't need to wait for a visa bulletin. So you could immediately send your green card with the I-130 if you want. And as a result, you will also while you're waiting for your green card, you will have your work permit. You could have a travel authorization and all other benefits. On the other end, if you are part of the F2A category, let's say you are married to LPR, you do have to wait. So there will a waiting list. So spouse of a green card holder subject to visa bulletin. Applicant may face waiting period depending on their priority date and current visa availability. So we did a few video where we go over visibility and priority date, but we're going to go over that real quick. So let's say you married to a green card holder, you file your I-130 petition. When you file your I-130 petition, you do receive a priority date. This is your unique date in line. This is the date that you send your I-130 out. So the visa bulletin every month come out. So they will tell you if your date is current. So if it's time to go, if it's time to send out of your green card. For if you're immediate relative, your spouse or U.S. citizen, you don't need to worry about that. But if you are spouse or children under 21 of a green card holder, so you need to wait to send your adjustment of status out. So we're going to talk about the qualification to send your adjustment of status. First one is admission and entry status. You cannot send your green card if you if you come to the US illegally. So we're going to think about the three E's. You need to be first in the United States, you need to be inspected, and you need to have I-130 approved. So to apply for adjustment of status, most applicants must prove they were inspected and admitted a parole, entry on a US tourist visa, entry on a student visa, or you got parole. So if you cross the border or you pay a little coyote to cross the border with you cannot file your adjustment status. You need to do consular processing. Okay. So if you come through CBP1, the Biden program, you can go ahead and send out your adjustment of status if your I-130 is current or approved. So without proper entry, without inspection, usually you are required to have a waiver to go do consular processing. So let's talk about bona fide marriage factor. So we are talking about marriage-based green card. So USCIS will scrutinize highly. They are scrutinized highly those applications right now. So those factor of a bona fide marriage. So to let USCIS know that your marriage is real, all those people. So you have to have shared life with your spouse. You need to prove that the couple reside together and share daily responsibility. This is what marriage couple do, right? So we need to have financial Commingling, you need to have joint assets, liability, combined financial agreement. So you need to have banks together, life insurance. You need to file your tax together. You cannot file together. You cannot file single while you're married and you send out your document. Okay, so you need to have emotional connection. So you need to have people that will be writing letters, affidavit or support, affidavit for you that says, okay, I know those people are together, they've been living together, those marriage are real. A history of the marriage, if you guys go out together, if you guys will travel together, you guys do other people's wedding, funerals, you need to have those as proof. So after you get married, so you need to have your shoebox, and in that shoebox you're going to start putting evidence, throwing evidence in that shoebox. So when it's time to when they go ahead and send out the RFE, or it's time for your interview, so you could go prepare. So preparation is not only the day you go for your interview, it's exactly after you send out this petition, so you need to start getting ready. So you need to have a good faith intent marriage. You need to marry somebody not only because of the green card. You cannot just go ahead and just like, okay, I marry you, so you could give me a green card. The marriage must be a good faith intent marriage. Okay, so you need to love the person, compassion, not companionship, and not solely for the immigrant benefits. So we spoke over the shoebox you need to have to put your document in. These are the documents you need to add. You need to have a joint document, lease, mortgages, bank statement, utility, showing both name at the same address. Telephone bills are okay too. Okay, so you need to have financial proof, joint taxes, health insurance, life insurance, and the your wife as the beneficiary. It's both. It's for immediate relative or family preference. Marriage based, you need to have those proof, and then you need to have personal history. So you need to guys have a lot of pictures together with family, travel, and everything. I know most people do selfie nowadays. They do a quick selfie of just the two of them. You need to have other people. When you go to little family gathering, you need to show proof that your family know your mate, your spouse. Okay. Call log. So if this is a good um proof. So if you could find how many time you call or how long you guys been saying to get on the phone, so this one is a good one. We're going to go now over the form. First, you need to do the I-130, which is establish your relationship, the marriage as well, because we're talking about marriage resident card. The I-130A, we need to send out the green card paper form itself, which is the I-130. This is the application for the to register for permanent residence. We need the I-64. This is an affidavit of support. If your income is not enough, you could have a co-sponsor. You could also file for the I-765 or the I-131. This is a work permit or travel authorization. And of course, you need to have a report of medical examination and vaccination. These you get it done with a surgeon by USCIS. I usually go to USCIS website and look for surgeon and then put my zip code, and you will find somebody close to you or close to your clients. So for affidavit support to file to sponsor somebody, you need to meet the 125% income threshold, or if you're U.S. military, it's only 100%. The poverty guideline sponsor must demonstrate an annual income of at least 125% of the federal poverty guideline for their household size. This ensures the immigrant will not become a public charge if the petitioner income is insufficient. A dream sponsor may require to meet financial obligations. So, like I said, if your income is not enough, you could have a dream sponsor to help you. So there is a few red flags we're going to go over. Those are the red flags that could just like trigger USCIS suspicion. That could make them suspicious. You talk about short courtship of time. So you just meet somebody and all of a sudden you guys already get married. Everybody knows nowadays people take time to get married. You could be with somebody for a long time, they never decide to marry you. So this one, it will trigger USCIS. Marrying somebody quickly or what or your visa is about to expire, you're going to become illegal, and all of a sudden you're quick to marry somebody. If you guys are married, you guys are living not living together. Let's say you guys are not on the same state, or you guys are on the same state, you guys are not living together. Why you marry somebody you guys are not living together? Exactly. So this is one of the red flag. Okay. And if you guys don't speak the same language, I think this one, like, if you marry somebody you guys don't speak the same language, like, what do you guys know about each other? You guys can even communicate. This is one of the biggest red flag. And there's also age difference. Let's say you're 70 and that person is 23. I know some of this relationship they are will, but they do ask a lot of questions. So this is the step that we're going to have the interview strategy. So like I said before, guys, when you send out your document, you need to start preparing for your interview the day you start or before that. Okay, you need to have everything documented. You have your beautiful shoebox and start throwing your those documents. And when the document your interview is ready, you need to review all those documents. You need to be consistent with your answer. You need to be honest. Okay, so do not lie to the USCIS. And then every new evidence you need to bring them with you. You need to update your files. Okay, so the in the shoebox you're gonna find a lot of documents, and you're going to bring it to USCIS. Those are a few cause of delay. Let's say your money is not enough, your income is not enough. 45% of document got delayed because of that. You have a weak bona fide evidence, you don't have a lot of evidence, you have 20% is missing form signature, a lot, guys. Sometimes even that even happened to me. I sent out the document and they return it because the form is unsigned. So it not means to be an issue. So this is 5% because everybody should know. If you send it out those document, you you had a criminal history, you deny violent info, you get rejected. So if you guys have any question, my name is again is BOT. You guys could reach out to me at dreambondservice.com, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys.